Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to 1 vs 1 on Angoville. In the south, we got the Dezman fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the 16th Luftwaffe Felddivision. Versus the north, we got Guard 2707 fighting here for King and Country, the Commonwealth. The 11th Armored Division, charged with breaking through the German lines. How the hell did I miss the through there? It just become, oh, that's terrible. We got Ostrom there for Dezman with Panzerfaust and mine bulletins versus Guard with Royal Artillery, Vanguard, and special weapons with Firefly, anti-tank and grenade range bulletins. Very interesting there. Meanwhile, we got Dezman putting straight for the core point. As we see here, Guard is digging a trench, which will end up becoming grave for his man. There you go. He just about to finish the trench. Also, they almost got him. There you go. Loses one poor soul. Jeremy there, shot through the back. But there you go. They're back in the trench at this point. We can see Dezman quickly falls back with a Zostrum. But having already secured their one kill with a Zostrum, that's actually not half bad. Why going off to protect the core point is to push it aggressively here towards the east, very aggressively. He go for another Ostrom squad, but looks like he's saving up either for the machine gun, hasn't been paying attention, or he's saving up for a sniper. Also, despite going for an Ostrom squad, he did build the infantry company, which is probably because he wants Panzerfaust, just in case his opponent decides to pull something universal carrier-like. Meanwhile, Guard is going for triple section start versus opponent, pushing down the west side there. Again, slightly delayed here, though, by Dezman's immediate assault there with the Ostrom, catching Guard there. Well, off guard. Ha 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 ha. And there you go, Dezman aiming there for a sniper. The 16th Luftwaffe Felddivision fought around Caen and was subsequently shattered in Caen itself. That's a fun little note there. Broken by British artillery and the fact that it wasn't particularly well trained. We got shots fired there. Ostrom moving ahead. Triple sections there still for Guard. Could go for Vickers. Could take up. Section of retreating. As basically with this Dezman space sort of got a decent position where Guard can't easily attack through. I mean, Ostrom in heavy cover with garrisons and no real cover around that position is actually reasonably formidable. And I think it's basically what Dezman's banking on. He's basically just rushing ahead, he's securing this, and basically creating a sort of square here, but his opponent can't rush in there easily either to defend the eastern half of the map. So with that, Dezman's got a pretty solid opening here using Ostrom. Meanwhile, Guard securing the west there, and he's also doing as best as he can. He's laying down sandbags and trenches. He's just doing everything double. And he's bolstering his sections very early. That was basically his priority, not anything else, but bolstering them. Also, going for the core point, sniper creeping hit there for the fatherland. MD42 following up for Dezman and the 16th Luftwaffe Felddivision. There was also the 17th Luftwaffe Felddivision, but that was stationed in Brittany. Would take part there in the defense of that as the Americans push down there. Sniper under fire here from, or section under fire from the sniper. Ostrom then engaged by the section. Now again, bolts it there. Ostrom up close. Will not fare too well there. There's an entrenched section. But they can certainly, I believe, stall the Brits for a bit there, but ultimately not for long. Guard, though, probably should follow up some troops fast enough after that, though. Pushing out there, flanking in. Could go for more sections. Could go for Vickers to help hold territory. And he's instead going for a universal carry here versus Dezman and then the 16th Luftwaffe Felddivision. There's about, all in all, 21 Luftwaffe field divisions created, which was a result of the fighting during 1942, actually. I think it was 1942, very early 1942, where the Russians pushed forwards, then encircled several German units. In particular, there's one in the, was known as the Chom Pocket. He's got pushed here, just continue to use the house against Dezman, then gaining a bit of his Ostrom advantage there. The MD42 supporting the Ostrom here makes it a lot harder for Guard to use the house, particularly because the sections haven't been reinforced. They've sort of been pushed ahead there with low support. He's almost got the universal carrier ready. He's still fighting a bit of manpower. It seems like Guard is perhaps not entirely sure what he wants to do, but there we go. Universal carrier could go for the Vickers K, could go for the Wasp to help dig out the Germans. Sniper successfully harasses the cut-off point. Cheeky section they're reinforcing. Pioneers bring up no flamming rifles. Universal carrier, they're doing what they can. MD14 to fire, actually getting focused down here by the sections. Bit risky, but at the same time, risky for Guard. I mean, his sections are very depleted there, very depleted. Panzerfaust from Universal carrier, they're making use of the extra range to just get a good hit there. Need to treat both sections there, and he needs to get the other section, I think, and sort of support there, at least do something elsewhere. So, bit of a rough start here for Guard again. I mean, I'm not entirely sure why, though. It just seems like he's a bit unsure what to do with Dezman's start. I mean, most Austrian players, I suppose, wouldn't play like this, and I imagine that could be throwing guard off, you know. I mean, you aren't seeing that much Austrian as of late, but Dezman is clearly fully committed, now with not just a machine gun, but a mortar and a sniper. A lot of support from there versus the Tommies. And immediately laying down barrage fire here around here, pretty much figuring where, yes, they have around the point. Very sharp there by Dezman. Troops reinforcing, Universal Care not being repaired. But at least he's tagged up there. Could try and rush out an armoured car here versus Dezman. And the 16th Luftwaffe Felddivision. Shot fired. Quick kill here in the southwest. Awesome ground points there. There you go. 2 fully bolted sections there. That is a lot of firepower by the guard. A lot of firepower, a lot of infantry. They can actually be hard there for Dezman to slow down once it really gets going. So far, it's not particularly off there. We got sappers on the way, though, for guard, adding some troops. Universal Care still doing repairs. He can soon go for the Wasp, and I'm guessing at the way sort of doing things, he is wanting the Wasp to just burn out Dezman from any houses and the likes there. That'll certainly be the one that makes sense. Sandbags up here. That at least future down the road, make these troops sort of push up here, because at least that way they have some cover. They can sort of fight the house there with any Ostrom in it. Dezman has teched up. They could go for like to make a nice company, go for some panzer companies, that'd not be bad. An artillery field officer would also be, I think, a very solid choice there. But in the meanwhile, though, his field point on the west there is being harassed here by Dezman, the guards that is. Sniper fire there continues to harass, peek off shots here and there against guard and slowly bleed out of sections, making it harder for guard to just sort of aggressively advance. More sandbags here, so a lot of sandbags there. Wait, did he also put those sandbags down? No. Strange. Briefly just thought, wait, did he do that? No, that doesn't make sense. There you go, Ostrom, then we got the Universal Care moving ahead, and he's ending up going for the Mikkers, and then he's going for a second one? Oh, guard's definitely going off the meta grid with that one. Double Universal Carrier. You generally do not see that, but here we are. Of course, there's a problem is that Dezman's going for the 2-2, and versus the German play. If you're going for Universal Carriers, expecting a 2-2 is not a bad thing to expect, but they go trying to get close. In this case, almost going to heavy cover. The problem is, right in front of the M42 begins to open up, cuts down most of the section in a matter of moments. Guard the retreats, other section flanking in there, pushing it a bit back, doing some good damage. Tries to rush again. And there you go, just realised he has to fall back before losing the entire unit. Sappers grabbing the point there to the 2 out. Second Universal Carrier though. I mean, he's going to have to go for tank or special weapons to go for the tank hunter so he can deal with that. If he got a fuel drop in the meanwhile for Dezman, pushing it very aggressively in terms of strategy and tech there. Very bold player by Dezman, very bold, very confident. I mean, this could almost be a rush as well, except he's gone for tier 2, but if he actually pulls off the fuel drop like that, he could, in theory, rush out tier 3. So, double Universal Carriers, they're shredding the Ostrom as they try to push forwards there in the open. Gutting them in a matter of moments. But there you go again, making use of the extra Panzerfaust range to land a hit. Probably getting slightly better Panzerfaust, I guess. Like, different Panzerfaust models had different range, like a Panzerfaust 100 had, 100 meters of range. But there you go. Both Universal Carriers hit, caught by the 2-2. And Angoville guard here is in a slightly bad position for one he didn't expect. That is, getting rushed by the 2-2. Again, Dezman, very aggressive, very incisive, and decisive. Pushing ahead there against guard. They're knocking up both Universal Carriers by the looks of it here. He's trying to do damage, he's getting some hits in the rear, but still, he just lost 2 Universal Carriers again. That's 520 manpower. That was definitely, I don't think, within guard predictions. He did get the Ostrom squad, which is a small win, but problem is, that's 200 manpower again versus 520. Plus the munition spend on it. He's gone for grenades though, so guard's clearly got a strategy of his own. The problem, it just seems, is he's struggling to sort of get it to take off there. Probably had some issue there again. The Ostrom, I think, just threw it off. He might have been expecting Grenadiers, but the Ostrom, supported by a sniper, I think is a contingency that guard did not anticipate. And I think that's sort of causing here the slightly weird start for guard. Again, we're sort of just trying to then contend with it. Trying to counter the sniper with the double Universal Carriers, and then gets hit with the Universal Carrier, which is the 2-2, which he did not see coming at all. So right here, Dezman is very much in the lead thanks to a strategy that I think guard did not predict and did not anticipate. Partly because, again, you just don't see a lot of Ostrom as of late, but I think it's still pretty useful if you know how to handle it. And Dezman, being a very veteran player, clearly knows how to handle his Ostrom. So, Guard here's going to have to do something to shift the tempo around, the game around. He's going for a sniper here, despite there still being a 2-2 about there. We got takeoff for Dezman again, making use of the fuel drops, then actually pull off, oh, well, could to an extent be a rush. Meaning Dezman is so far doing better than most of those tier 3 rushes who skip their tier 2. And he's doing it because, again, he went for Ostrom, which opens up supply drops. Once again, like to go for lighter tier 1 in some ways, but not too light. And then sort of push in with fuel drops, so that way support the actual rush. So that's pretty interesting there. That's pretty interesting. Sniper hiding behind the sandbags. Guard needs to be very careful with the zone sniper. So far, though, he could very well not be very careful. They're going for a try and run the section. They're taking heavy damage. Could be lost. It could be lost for Dezman. Incautious move there, tactically unsound, did not expect it. Suffered several losses there to the machine gun course. Scheiße, so you got Helmut and Jürgen. We have to get out of here. And there you go, tank under section out there to cover the sniper. I imagine section being caught in a bad spot. 2 rolling in here on the west side. Rushing the Ostrom, getting a kill there. Some poor bastard with a bullet lodged between his shoulder blades. Got the 2-2 rolling in there, pushing the section to a bad spot. We got the tank hunter section rolling in. Let's go rush for the trench. That way, just prevent them from grabbing the point, getting some good hits up close. There we go. And this is, of course, where then Dezman needs to bring up better infantry, because Ostrom can sort of land to the extent, but once the better infantry arrives with upgrades in some case, grenades, bolstered, Bren guns, you name it. I mean, the Ostrom begin falling very short. So Dezman needs to either consider Panzer Grenadiers or regular Grenadiers. Or just the artillery officer and a few more Ostrom to get the most out of them. We can see down that Guard and the 11th Armored Division is bringing up a lot more infantry, whereas the 16th Luftwaffe Felddivision is so far a bit lighter, sort of a bit heavy on support weapons, that way sort of prop up the front. 2-2 rolling back in the face of the advancing tank hunter section. Sniper lands a good hit. They're hunting down the section. Got something that looks like a bigger push into these here by Guard. The single machine gun still in the same spot as last time. Section being pursued there, but the 2-2 tank hunter section could move in and sort of get some good hits. Mortar here. Put on the front line, MD42 the shooting hit. Still contesting the point if it gets rushed, but gets sort of better fire at Guard's troops. There you go, he realizes actually too exposed, falls back. Over here, sniper going in. British sniper retreating. And the 2-2 is falling back, almost knocked out here by the tank hunters, and gets away. Pretty close there though for Dezman's 2-2, pretty close. Sniper needs to be careful that tank hunters moving about. Fun fact, there actually exists a training video for Luftwaffe field snipers. Fun fact. So this would technically be correct historically. Panzer IV then away for Dezman. A Luftwaffe field division would not have access to Panzer IV, so they would have access to StuGs. In fact, even though some of the first ones that created around 1943 would have had a small tank hunter complement of StuGs, which is actually rather ahead of its time, since that was not something any other infantry division would have got. Granted, on the other hand, a Luftwaffe field division at the beginning was also like half the size of an infantry division, like only 7,000 men. And certainly not a lot of firepower to match it. Also here they're getting guarded by a sapper section. Sniper they're moving up as well. Sniper landing hits almost 52. There we go. Veteran 2 folks. Dezman bleeding out those Tommies. And these we've got the section pushing up against them. Taking mortar fire there. And the MD42 cover up. In the west section versus Ostrom finding out by the fence. The Ostrom putting up a stout defense. Section needs to put behind the cover instead of standing in front of it. That'd be a lot more effective. We could pop a grenade here. Could probably get off with the range here, actually. The question is, does he do it? Tank hunter section going up there. He's popping, going for 2 there actually. And in both cases, going for sort of pyrotechnic supplies up to spot. But of course, also given access to artillery here. Needs to pull back. That section again needs the grenade, but ends up just retreating. No tech up for Guard. I think if you do that, you could probably rush out a Cromwell here versus Dezman. Who's now got the Panzer IV out here, the Panzer Kampfwagen 4. Not quite a full rush. You could have actually had out sooner if you sort of look at his resource and income. So a bit slow there. Could have out probably even 2 minutes earlier, in which case it would have been, I think, a sort of reasonable rush. But Still 14 to 15 minutes before his opponent gets out any tank is pretty good for Dezman. Pretty good. Sehr good. But again, he could have out soon. I mean, by the time he had, now that's basically the time he would have had it if he had not gone for supply drops on drops. So yeah, cut out soon. Now we actually got an officer out here for Dezman. We actually got the artillery field officer. Wunderbar. Lieutenant Gottlieb reporting for duty. Panzer IV, there's a tank on the section engaging head on. Need to be a bit careful there though. Versus entrenched infantry with anti-tank rifles, the Panzer IV can struggle a bit then digging them out. There you go, several pension hits there. Section flanking up the eastern side, Panzer IV shoots misses. Also pressure on the west side. The officer looks like he's being dispatched with these to support here against the British advances of Guard and the 11th Armoured.
We're losing a capture point.
Hitting the fuel, but there we go. British counter-attack here from Guard. Quickly into the trench. And 2-2 on the scene, but again with the tank hunters in the trench, he can't really do anything there. Until the field also moving about, he could try, you know, coordinate barracks, but that's a really expensive ability by for doing that. And certainly not worth it with only one mortar. He would try smoke, but there's not really, I think, much that he sort of would want to smoke. And there you go, Panzer IV sees a chance to get a unit wiped, but there you go, anti-tank grenade off. One anti-tank rifle hits on the rear. I mean, he's completely desperate if he's losing the Panzer IV. He could call in the artillery smoke barrage in front of the Panzer IV to cover its retreat. And he does so. He uses it to cover up the house there to prevent it being used from anyone else. And also spot ahead. Very nice. They also force the section a bit further away there. So very good there by Dezman. Nicely someone besides me using the artillery smoke barrage on the artillery field officer. That's bloody amazing. Panzer IV, they're falling back to the troop watching here in the west, but not really achieving anything. Dezman going for a second Pioneer escort. And Guard, he could go for Cromwell. You could also set up a bit for Firefly. Oh wait, Panzer IV, they're rolling back. Back at base, we got more Pioneers than no tack up. And he's going for a Stug 3G, probably expecting some kind of armor soon. And lastly, the Stug 3G is the most cost efficient manner of fighting it. Guard, though, has been good use of his trenches though versus his opponent. He's also that at the same time Dezman's offensive proven effective as he's not been able to actually hit the CoH point a single time. I mean, he could try and clear it up with some sappers. Of course, there's also another way which doesn't involve him cutting wire. Basically just moves up here and uses the destroy cover ability that way, opening up a way through there. But again, most British players tend not to be frightfully aware of the destroy cover ability, despite being pretty good. And there you go, going for the sniper there, going up close. He might lose the 2-2 there, going to tank grenade off. And they both die. They both die. So there you go. But there you go as well. Stug 3G out for Dezman and the 16th Luftwaffe Field Division. But basically around the Chom pocket, a smaller pocket around the Demyansk pocket as well. There's sort of two major pockets there. Base is surrounded by the Russians, assaulted. But the thing was, again, it was able to do pretty well because despite having, you know, basically mostly just, you know, a lot of Luftwaffe troops, they had a series of veteran parachute officers or fighting officers to sort of that way glide them. And basically, after that, having going counter upon that, you know, try and gain some glory by, you know, preventing them from handing over his infantry to the division infantry, but basically saying, you know, well, look at how they did during the Chom pocket. We can do the same, you know, and it obviously did, in part because, again, they weren't like fully fledged infantry divisions, and part because they then pushed beyond their limits because the German army just figured they were. And of course, they didn't get, you know, the veteran fighting officers to support them, so there are definitely some issues there. But they basically turned out to be big fat failures, at which point they were handed over to the army to an extent for training, at which point they're sort of more at the level of regular infantry divisions, but still not quite the same level. There was like the 21st Luftwaffe Field Division, which did well, which is also sort of based around the original sort of Kampfgruppe doing Chom, the Kampfgruppe Meindl. Partly because they absorbed so many other disbanded Luftwaffe Field Divisions, actually larger than most infantry divisions. So, a little fun story there about the Luftwaffe Field Divisions. Some of them lasted right to the end of the war. But there you go. Firefly out here adding the commander and the Tula rockets there. MG42 push back. They need to careful the Panzer against the Firefly and its 17-pounder gun. There you go. Good hit. Almost got the Panzer there knocked out, since the Firefly there does, I think it's 200 damage, or is it 240 damage per hit? It's basically a lot of damage there, plus a decent amount of fire, which actually means it has a higher DPS than the Panther, by the way. by now, notably higher. Well, being cheaper and more accessible, but obviously the Panther does have its own advantage over the Firefly, being more durable and also better able to handle infantry. But you know, just sort of slightly interesting comparison. Oh, they can, you know, as you note there, deal a lot of damage to the Panzer IV, almost knocking out there in about 2 to 3 shots. And only gets better with more veterancy. It's 200 damage. Osman on the way there for Dezman to support against the British infantry. S-mines down. We also got telemines down. We can see that Dezman is taking the armoured threat very seriously, but also the infantry threat. Very good. Osman almost done. Interesting to note here, Guard could continue some upgrades for his infantry. Vickers K's would be good. Could also go Bren guns, but yeah, there's options there with the half track. But I'd probably recommend trying to go for Cromwell to work with the Firefly as fast as possible. Would give him a bit of a breakthrough ability versus Dezman and the 16th Luftwaffe Felddivision. Also moving up his support with the officer, and I believe he's actually using the coordinated fire there to boost them up. That's pretty good. But there you go, grenade off. Actually doing a lot of damage there. But we got the Osman there to arrive to support. So that wasn't a half bad usage of it. In fact, he's making a pretty solid use of the officer for the most part. Well, pretty decent. Which is nice, as again, I think a lot of players tend not to make use of the Wehrmacht officer, but he's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good. But there you go, slow push up here. Suffering losses from sniper fire. This is where regular Chrome would help from then rushing the machine gun. Firefly then deals with the Panzer IV, and then the infantry rushes the sniper. Oh, well, we got Pioneers creeping up and threatening the flank there. Very good work by Dezman. Very good work. Also spots for the sniper. Got the Osman covering the left flank. You could actually commit the Osman and the Stu to a flank, basically going sort of around here, and that way getting behind Guards forces here. Actually use the tulip rockets there to try and catch something. Oh, he used it to kill the sniper. Oh, that's one way of doing it. I don't think Dezman saw that one coming. I certainly didn't. My god, so Tommy is using excessive force to kill only one man. How very German in thinking. No, I think you're thinking American. Ah, yeah. There you go, falling back there with a Firefly. For the now, we got another tank hunter section out there. He's going for an awful lot of them. I'm not entirely sure I'm a huge fan of that, particularly if we're going for a Cromwell instead by now, which I think would do Garty a lot more good versus Dezman. A lot more good. Bit of shooting there. Section landing some good kills. Firefly on the west hand down south. Then here we go in the west. Tank hunters versus Ostrom and the officer. I think he popped his contrary fire a bit too early. He needs to be a bit more careful with the timing of it. And right, he could actually just call in smoke and pretty much now use his fire there. Though he might be waiting for a more pressing target. Pushing back there, slightly aggressive push with the machine gun, very good. His Panzer IV, they could be doing one again, the Stug as well. I mean, he's right now got a pretty good opportunity to just flank his opponent. Go for here, hit the Firefly, just go for here, get behind the Firefly, cut off its path. But of course, that requires he knows it's there, which he doesn't. Looks like he lost a unit somewhere. That's the officer, actually. Quite unfortunate there for Dezman. Could have been avoided, I think. Could have been avoided. And he's going for tier 4. He's actually planning Panthers versus Guard. Hello. Or Sturm Panthers or Panzerwerfers. Maybe with a Firefly, a Panther wouldn't be a half bad choice. Troops moving eastwards. Very nice mining here with Dezman. Several minefields being laid down. Oh, he lost his second sniper to 5. What? That's actually kind of impressive. He's able to do it twice in a row. Didn't know that was possible, but while Garrett might have some issues with his early game due to Ostrom, he knows how to kill a sniper. He knows how to kill a sniper. Expensive, but he gets the job done. I'm slightly impressed by that, actually. I'm slightly impressed. I don't think Dezman's going to go for another sniper to replace that one, not when he's seen Guard's counter sniper abilities. Oh, devastating hit against the infantry of the Panzer IV. Only one man, and he's very likely to end up dead there. Yeah. Two slayer there by Guard. You know what? He's going for Cromwell, that's good. Firefly there pursuing the Panzer IV, landing a good hit. Can't pursue because he doesn't know what's behind there. He doesn't want to risk too much. At the same time, he got Dezman pressure on the left flank here, hitting the calf point with Austrian Pioneers, forcing Gart there to retract his Firefly to potentially see off this to it on the west flank. Good work there with Dezman. Good work. Sometimes the best defense is a good attack to draw away your opponent's attention. There we go, Austrian takes from the Firefly, Veteran to 1, which gives a better acceleration. I like to better keep the pace there and move out. Sniper number, he is going for the third sniper there, Dezman. He is going for third sniper. There goes Stu trying to flank in, but in this case runs into some bigger issues with the anti-tank section. Plus the Firefly, no support there, no screen. But there you go, S-Mines might just buy the Stug enough time to get away. But then again, you got this Firefly moving to flatten here, the flank of the Stug. Oh dear. Dezman here perhaps getting a bit too incautious over courageous. Either way, it's going to lose the Stug here to the Firefly. A tragic loss. Oh, the tank hunters finish it off there. Quite unfortunate for Dezman, a bit of infantry screen there. I think would have done a lot of good, but too late for that now. Panzer IV, they're gaining two blitzing here. The Firefly gaining ready to shot bounce. Tank hunter second trying to do what he can here. Oh dear, but it is Veteran 2, which increases the damage. Not rate of fire, it's Veteran 3 damage. So there you go, he gets the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV's though abandoned, only abandoned. Tank hunters there, they're rushing for the Panzer IV, denied to the Ostrom Panzerfausting. Maybe can't actually use it on the Panzer IV up close. Oh dear, big loss there for Dezman. Lost his Stug and a Panzer IV. Ostrom going in to try and kill off the Panzer IV there. Got sections with tank hunters moving in there. Firefly moving up as well. Oh dear. Lands a hit. They almost got the Ostwind. Oh. There you go. It's dead. But we got the Panzerfaust ready for the Ostwind. And he gets the Panzer IV. But a huge loss here for Dezman. Huge. He lost his Panzer IV, Ostwind, and his Stug. And he did not get the Firefly. On the other hand, Guard has cancelled his Cromwell for Crocodile. I actually think here Crocodile or Cromwell would be a better choice in that engagement. They would actually maybe allow him to try to save the Panzer IV, denying it to Dezman, or getting it for himself. That would be pretty good there. So I'm not a huge fan of the Crocodile. I can understand why he's doing it out, but I'm not a fan of it. More samples on the way to help repair the Firefly, which has certainly seen a lot better days, but it is Veteran 2. If he gets Veteran 3, it's going to be a big problem because they don't have a higher rate of fire with good damage. As Veteran 3 gets to 240 damage there per shot and can sort of reasonably fight off at a decent rate. So we got a single Stuttgart here for Dezman and the 16th Luftwaffe Division. We got artillery caught in for the single express purpose of denying the calf point to Guard. And he goes into it. Oh, got him, Himmel! No! Oh! The horror! Oh! Oh God! Oh, just... Oh God! Did you not see the smoke? Or hear the sound of it? Like, it makes a very distinct sound. Makes a very distinct sound. But there you go. Stug rushing in, getting the Firefly within the base, preventing Guard from getting into working order. Stug's though set engaged for the Cromwell, but that's a huge loss to Guard. He just lost 3 sections. That pretty much evaporated whatever advantage he had versus Dezman. But then proceeded to go in and just hit him. And there goes some sharp maneuvering from Dezman, avoiding the Crocodile, using its slow speed and slow turret rotation to quickly escape here. And oh, almost dead, but no, he gets away there. Sliver of health left in the Stug. Can he get away? We've got another Stug on the way for Dezman. Crocodile trying to burn the Stug, but it doesn't work, and he escapes. Quickly though, don't stop up, Dezman. Don't stop up. Step on it, Jürgen. Step on it. I don't want to die here. This is God-forsaken place. There we go. Gets away. Holy moly. Talk about some massive swings. Dezman losing all his armor to then turn the table on Guard with an explosive vengeance. Crocodile there dealing with a mortar, burning it up. Holy moly. But still, I'm guessing Gart was too preoccupied with the Stug charging in there, and he just allowed him to lose 3 sections like that. That's got to be one of the most devastating railway artillery support strikes in a 1 versus 1 of this rank. I'm not going to say ever, because, you know, you can easily find this on YouTube, and some idiot, you know, low ranked and 4 versus 4 just gets it all murdered. But like in a 1 versus 1 stuff like this, high rank, that's a lot rarer. Oh god, and thusly a lot more horrific. Crocodile there, there's a Stug on his own. The Stugs can be not too well off, but 2 Stugs versus a Crocodile? That's pretty good. But right now, Gart just needs to refill his ranks. Dezman could do with some more infantry as well to contest the points. Panzer Grenadiers here would be pretty good. Osttruppen, officer again would be pretty good. Got machine gun there, and the Sturmgeschütz. Sappers moving up. It's just laying down, there you go. Cover destruction abilities. Also clearing out the hedgerows. Tank hunter section with the Stug. Sniper there getting some kills on the sapper inside the trench. Double Stugs is causing Gart there to consider not pushing his Crocodile ahead there. Sappers versus Pioneers. And he's about to lose his need to retreat, Oh, Guard's trying to hit his unit preservation. Seeing them in pursuit by the Crocodile, bursting flames and death forwards. But there you go, Stugs going in. More tank hunters for Guard. He's just spamming them out. Crocodile being engaged with the double Stugs. And there you go, we got target weak point. Shoots the weak spot, Helmut. Yeah, there we go. There we go. What's the weak spot anyway, Helmut? Oh, you know. It's a weak spot. Ah, yeah, good, Helmut, good. Stug there, they're getting hit by an anti-tank grenade. Crocodile pursuing. Needs to be careful, does push it too far ahead there. Sapper's getting molested here by the S-mines. Oh, almost wiped there. The S-mines definitely paying off their dividends for Dezman. Stug gaining veteran 2 and some nice, lovely Schutzen. More Sappers with Guard to repair the Crocodile. Osman number 2 for Dezman to help deal with the infantry. And Panzer Grenadier. Some hardened infantry dispatched from a nearby Panzer Grenadier battalion to assist most likely the 21st Panzer Division, as that would be sort of the Panzer Division closest to the 16th Luftwaffe Division, I believe. There could also have been SS Panzer Grenadiers, as that was also, I believe, the 12th SS fighting nearby as well. Not any of those two. There you go. Quickly into the trench. Ostrom can't deal with that. Quickly being shot at there. But then again, he is helped with the fact this is an anti-tank section, which means it's not going to be that frightfully good versus infantry. And there goes Sniper Johnny's War, which further diminishes their utility. He's going to need the Crocodile to sort of deal with that. You should also aim, I think, for a Crocodile fast, or maybe not Crocodile, Cromwell, or a Firefly fast support here. Then again, Cromwell probably the best shot. You can then try and flank the Stugs while the Crocodile draws the attention of the Stugs. Need to retreat that tank and section down to 1 man, but I think it's just... I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do there, actually. You got Panzerjägers there to deal with the Crocodile. Almost got on the mortar thing to cover the Crocodile. We got the Stugs moving in there. Vetri 2 advancing first. Osprey doing an account to murder the Saps as they repair the Crocodile. They got work there by Dezman. There you go, catching the wrath of the Crocodile. Anti-tank grenade there. But Stug to the rescue there with a target weak point, a heat round aimed straight through the front, penetrating and damaging the crew. Another tank in a section. He's just spamming that. The problem is, again, he needs to keep in mind they can't deal with the infantry very well because they do help someone versus all the Stugs. There you go, double Stugs after the Cromwell. They probably should have saved up manpower here for just another tank. I feel that one might have been a bit too panicky there by Guard. Bit too panicky. Another anti-tank grenade here. There you go, Stug with a damaged engine. And there you go, good bomb grenade there. Leaves the tank in a section. Well, rather sore and without much energy to continue the fight versus the Hun. As Dezman rolls back his StuGs, as there's now absolutely zero infantry cover. No infantry screen, no support. Then we got a sniper up, and we got the Austrian in to slightly cover it up there. There's also for manpower to consider some more panzer grenadiers, but also consider trying to build a heavy panzer corps, though again, the sort of way things quickly went south for Dezman has rather prevented him from building it and getting any armor out there. In that regard, I think he did make the right choice of just going for a bunch of StuGs rather than trying to play for a panzer there. Got the six playing up behind the StuG here. But there you go, Panzerfaust pretty much prevents Guard from rushing in his Crocodile to try and take out the StuGs, because for that speed, it'll just be focused down by the StuGs and, you know, just targeted to death with heat rounds. So some pretty brutal fighting still going on between these two players. StuGs are taking damage there. Got a machine gun covering here. Very aggressive positioning by Dezman. Third StuG on the way. Pioneers hard at work there, though apparently one of them is. The other one's having a nice coffee break, or ersatz coffee break. Troops are pressed there. Tank Hut is flanking in there with a quick grenade. Alright, Jeremy, you throw it. You're the one who actually knows how to throw things without blowing yourself up. There you go, Crocodile going now, fixed up there. MB42, small chance of work there, but not too huge. Meanwhile, though, Dezman leading an aggressive push for the Kopf on there with Ostrom. Sniper with Panzerjägers hanging back. Covered by the Mortar, and there you go, machine gun. Oh, white. Now that's going to be a bit of a loss for Dezman, though. He's got the Ostrom, of course. He's got a lot of StuGs, though not all in equally functioning order. Machine gun then recruit, we got Panzerjäger gun, pop-up grenade, and there you go, we got the Ostrom joining as well. Crocodile advancing, S-Man's going off. Ooh, scorching up the Panzerjägers out in the open. They are horribly burning up. Getting a terminal tan. Got the StuG going in. Closing in a bit too, then the Crocodile, not bad. Except that StuG hits veteran 3, in which case it's going to be good night for the Crocodile. He's saving up resources. Could be again he's planning a Firefly, but the problem is versus StuGs, the Firefly is not the best choice. The StuG rate of fire basically means the Crocodile Firefly doesn't stand much of a chance. So basically that's how they now for Comet or Cromwell stand a chance. Again, he needs to somehow flank the StuGs, because right now with 3 StuGs out there, I mean Dezman have to play the StuGs terribly for, you know, for him to lose against any sort of head-on engagements. And even fights a bit of struggle versus 3 StuGs. If Dezman knows how to handle them. Crocodile pushing ahead there, StuG quickly trying to engage it. Landing some good hits there. Landing some very good hits. Slightly rolling back with the Sturmgeschütz. You still got the more veteran crew that ready to join in. I'm just only pushing them up because, again, like if you get that to veteran 3, he's going to be in a very solid position versus Guard. Shoot them bombarding, machine guns blaring away. Tank another section moving ahead. Third StuG still not really moving. It's now they're supporting here. There you go, StuG can answer kills there. Crocodile once more good to advance. For King and Country. S-Mines on the point there, very good. Dezman certainly not forgetting what's important. He could go for the heavy panzer corps now. In fact, he's got a lot of manpower, but I'm guessing he's just too focused on destroying Guard. At this point, he's not in such a position. It's a huge problem though. Again, could certainly do stuff with it. Caches, bunkers, tack, all these sorts of things. Target weak point there. Preventing the Crocodile from doing anything, just bursting fire. The problem is the StuGs are not really going to be bothered by that. There we go. Sending up for a flank here with the Veteran 2 StuG. Crom gets Veteran 2 though. Going to be a bit risky, but go for target weak point there. It's going to win. There we go. Burst ahead. A brutal duel here between these two veteran crews. But there you go. Quickly gets past the Cromwell. There you go. Target weak point. There we go. That Crocodile's... Crocodile, there goes. Going for a Firefly, but the problem is going to be too late now. And again, I don't think it's the right choice with all these StuGs. I'm too not against that one, especially. There we go. Veteran free StuG. Veteran free StuG. High mobility, which makes it overall a lot harder to just flank and outmaneuver, and also just makes it really aggressive, suited, but also just a high rate of fire, which makes it overall pretty good. Awesome bring up support here. Punching is coming from the nearby house. Got the Osman ring up to Bard. Could have the StuG supporting, but looks like he does not want to risk. He's trying to get out of there desperately to ensure he does not lose his ace StuG crew there in any silly way. I think that's the very right decision there by Dezman. Anti-tank there off in the StuG here. StuG's just blasting away against Guard's forces. And there you go, Firefly arrives here for Guard and the 11th Armored Division. Down the point here, and there you go, Firefly ready. Got the StuGs just keep blasting away at the advancing Tommies, slowly gutting them here. Got the Austrian rolling in. A StuG can also move to support if need be. We got the Firefly riding here. Lands a good hit on the Austrian flak panzer. Another sniper for Dezman. Dezman knows what he likes, and he likes snipers. And there you go. A StuG on the move. Oberleutnant Richter wants to move. Achtung. And there you go. Main gun out. And kaput there. With this, Guard surrenders. The 11th Armored has been beaten back. A stoic defense here by the 16th Luftwaffenfelddivision here on Angoville. Some excellent play there by Dezman. Guard also doing well, but again, I feel like his early game was completely messed up because all of a sudden he just was hit by a strand he was not anticipating. I think that sort of hurt Guard. Again, he could have checked up faster and done a lot of things that ultimately struggled there. He was able to come back nicely there and, you know, do reasonably well, sort of slowly pushing back, but he could have been more aggressive, could try to flank more. He feel like trying some other things, but still, I think he had a reasonably good strategy, but doctrine he wasn't, I think, quite sure himself either. Could have maybe used some of the abilities a bit more, like the half-track, I think would have done more for Guard. And then, of course, that big move here. I mean, again, he destroyed 3 tanks there, not losing a single of his own, and then proceeded to just toss it away, but just... I'm guessing, again, he wasn't paying attention, just lost that, but that was just a huge loss to Guard. Factory was saying up for the Crocodile when he probably should have gone for Crompton. Hell, like the Comet would have probably served him better than the Crocodile there. And that's what I really think just catapulted the game back in Dezman's favour here versus Guard. Or at least equalised the battlefield, allowing Dezman then to push ahead with the StuGs, making the right choice there. Despite having planned for Panthers again, I think again he made the right call, just pushing for StuGs to quickly sort of, you know, equalise the battlefield, and then rushing up, they're catching the Firefly, and so that way just completely negating any edge Guard had there. So that was some really sound play there by Dezman. He also pretty much makes almost use of the entire doctrine. Anything he didn't use was, you know, trenches. Otherwise, Osram, Officer, Fuel Drop, and Red Vertilis Ball. That was all pretty good there by Dezman. So overall, I think a pretty solid match there, but certainly some things to learn there for Wehrmacht players. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match and learned something from it. If you didn't, subscribe, like, share, and comment on it. If you want to send the replay of your own, links in the video description. Do provide links to where you are on the leaderboard, or at least some details and who you are in the fight. And if you like what I do on a daily basis, do consider supporting. Links are also in the video description. Patreon or PayPal, either is most appreciated and helps me out a ton. If this is Imperial Links, cheers, thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow for another signing episode. Bye.